So we've got a bit of an annoying noise outside. Might not even pick up on the camera. See how clear the sky is at the moment. The CTs won't form in this type of sky. You can see the well-formed clouds. It's more of a hazy sky when they'll form. It was like this yesterday too. It was like this yesterday as well. When the rain broke, it was this clear blue sky. The CTs come when it's more of a hazy kind of sky. Got this yesterday. It's a bit smaller than I thought it'd be. Probably about half the size I thought it would be. It's only about 3 inches tall. It's the person that made it called it Hermione, probably because she's an astrologer and she understands the character's Virgo sun sign, and also she has a Cancer moon sign, I think. Or the other way around. It's probably the way I said it though. But she definitely has like both of those. Kind of similar to Katara in Avatar. But I think Katara is meant to be Cancer sun. That's kind of the whole point, you know. You've got earth, air, fire, water. And I probably should have realized this, but Uncle Iroh is Sagittarius. That's my favorite character in the whole show. He's Sagittarius. Let's look at my flowers in a minute. We'll just look at these first. This one has a good weight to it. Got this from an old woman in Yorkshire. An old witch. These ones aren't very heavy. They're cheaper. They're like these are like half the price of this one. Oh, nearly dropped it. It could shatter in half if you drop it, so you need to be careful. You see different stones in them. Some of them have green, some of them have red, black. Different ones. Orangey. And that's like a 23 karat gold flake or something. But yeah, let's look at the flowers. So these flowers here, I did put this was the first one I got, and I did put this wrapper around it to try and keep the moisture in it, because they usually put them in water, but I thought, well, I'll wrap it with that just to keep it fresh, keep the moisture in. But you can see on this one it hasn't really worked. This one is looking pretty shabby. You know, this is a lot of modern women, this flower. They've been tainted and corrupted by the society because they don't have good, moral guidance. So they become a bit overweight, tattooed, start smoking and whatnot, and get all these like piercings and hair dyes and stuff. They start to look a bit like this. Even when they're young women, they they don't look so good. They eat all of the poisoned food, like the MDs, which they built across the road a couple of years ago. Well, we used to have one a long time ago. It might have been a Burger King, but it was tucked more around the back. This one's like right. It's basically in what used to be what is Tesco's car park. They took a section of Tesco's car park for it. But yeah, these ones aren't looking too good. You can kind of see like the petals are starting to brown and curl at the edges. And they have this very flat aspect, squashed flat aspect. Just looks rubbish. Doesn't even look like a flower anymore. So the next day I cut some that had the end, just cut the end off. I didn't put the bag in. This was the next set. The first ones have the bag on the end. Right, so this one is your woman from 100 years ago. Much better looking. More healthy. I'm not saying all women are like that, because there's still some healthy ones, but this is actually still looking like a flower. You're getting some browning on the tips there, but these lower petals still look pretty good, although they are starting to turn. So that's the one with the bag on. Now some might say, oh, that's because this bag is more tightly wrapped, and so it's kept the moisture in. That's why you have to do repeat experiments. So this one had no bag. This was the same as this one. This one has no bag on it, and it's looking good. Compare this one to this one. I mean, the only difference is like these have been like suspended on here, and these have been like flat, because after a while the stems will start to bend, and then they go flat on the foot. But this one has also been laid flat the whole time, because the stem broke. This one, the stem broke straight away. But this one is still looking. This one is the same age as these other ones with the cut stems. This one looks great. This one's still looking pretty good. We get some curling at the bottom, but still looking good. So there's a reason why I like the usually the girls are like mostly like mage or wizard or witch girls. Marissa, Hermione, and Rin as well. The other girls are, one's like a fox person, and the other is like a samurai. Although she can do magic, but she's more of like a warrior. Her sword can like produce magic and stuff. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Although perhaps I didn't like understand the reason at the time, like years and years ago, like 10 years ago or more. I didn't really understand the reason. Like my brain didn't understand it, but like another another aspect of my totality understood it at some level, but my brain didn't understand it. Because I used to be like a kind of like kind of an atheist, but not quite, like kind of an agnostic. I believed in things like the Big Bang and stuff like that, and black holes and all that sort of thing. And I believed in evolution and stuff like that. But at the same time, there was this part of me that like seemed to understand that there was something more out there in the world than the things that like I was experiencing on a daily basis. You know, within the confines of my experience, there was something else. There was more out there.